Hello and welcome to today's edition of Eat Bulgarian, Eat British. Here with me, Zhenya.
And with me, Phil. Now this recipe will feed 2 people, maybe 3 at a push, and you will need 300 grams of plain white flour, 300 grams of milk, 2 eggs. I usually say 3 bananas, but because these ones are quite small, we've put 4. You can have a lemon for taste as well. Now I like to add a little bit of ground nutmeg and vanilla flavouring. You don't have to, but I think it adds a nice little touch to it. I usually add 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar. However, it's up to you and what tastes good for you. Now what we'll do is we'll take the bananas out and put them onto a dish. Now what I'm going to do is smash the bananas nice and finely and prepare to add them to our eggs and milk. I mean, I would say you can't add too many bananas, but no racist jokes. So now that the bananas are all whisked up into a nice paste, I'm going to put the eggs into our bowl and whisk these up. Now everybody would make pancakes differently, but this is just how I've made pancakes ever since I remember, so feel free to add your own recipes and your own thoughts into the comments as to how you would do it. Now I'm going to add the bananas to the eggs. We do have a food mixer, but unfortunately it's not working. Now I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the ground nutmeg into the egg mixture. Now the way I do it like this, that'll do, so that it's well and truly mixed into the mixture.
And why did you decide to add bananas to your mixture?
I don't know actually.
How did you come?
It's just something that happened one day. I just thought, I wonder how bananas would taste, and then I added 1 and then 2, and then the perfect number was 3. But as I said, I've added 4 this time because they are quite small bananas. I'm going to start adding the flour into the mixture. You don't want to add it too much at once because it would clump up and it would be quite hard to mix. So if you want to, you can sieve the flour and that will make the pancakes fluffier. But just adding the flour bit by bit like this is perfectly fine. And you can still see the banana lumps in there. Now this is to my taste. I quite like having the banana lumps in there. If you want to, you can blend the bananas in a blender so it's completely it's like a puree. That's how you like it. Okay, now I'm going to add a bit of the milk in there. Oh, and I almost forgot our vanilla. I tend to add 1 to 2 cupfuls of the vanilla into the milk. But I like my spices, and like I say, this is to my taste.
I like it too.
And that's good. Now, I actually forgot to add the sugar in on time. I know, what you should do is add the sugar in with the flour so that it's evenly mixed in when you're beating it. So hopefully the sugar won't be too unevenly mixed in when I'm beating this one.
Let's see.
Let's see. So this is the way I do it. I usually add the sugar to the flour. I completely forgot to do. Try and spread this around like so. You can add more milk if you want to. like I said before, it completely depends on your taste and how you like the consistency. Some people love their pancakes to be really, really thin, and that means using a more runny mixture. But with the mixture that I make, I use 300 grams of milk and 300 grams of flour. That seems to create a mixture that I like. Okay, so with the gas on a medium flame, medium to high, I put a touch of oil in a pan, that'll be enough. And then heat the oil up until it's nice and runny, and then spread it all around the pan. You just want enough to cover the base, basically. I've got this dish prepared here with a little bit of tissue there. That's just to soak up the excess oil. We don't want too much oil there anyway. I like to try to eat healthy if I can. We may need a little bit more oil actually. So it's starting to run a little bit easier around the pan.
I'm starting to get excited. I can almost smell the pancakes. So would you say you're good in cooking sweet things? Not that pancakes are necessarily sweet, but...
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm the expert at cooking full stop. I'm just trying to impart a little bit of how I would cook pancake, and it tastes good to me and it tastes good to everybody that I give it to.
Yeah, especially to me.
Right, so the oil needs to be not too hot as to burn the pancakes, but we don't want it too cold because it will just soak the oil up. The mixture will. So what we'll do, I'm going to drop a little bit of pancake in the middle to see if it's ready, and it should there sizzle nicely. So I'm going to get some of this, like so, and then just spread it nice and evenly around. And as you can see, there are lumps in there, but those are my banana lumps, so don't worry about those too much. As long as there's no lumps of flour, then you're okay.
Who gets to taste the first pancake?
My love gets to taste the first pancake. Now when the pancake starts to bubble through on this side, then we know it's ready to turn over. You can see around the edges it's starting to get darker quite nicely. Let's see if it's ready to... Yep, it's nice and brown on that side. And there you have it. 7 pieces of pancake made from the mixture. You can also add cheese. Cheese is quite nice in the middle when it melts, and honey or jam, whatever you decide. And of course the traditional lemons. Enjoy!
Bye!